Everything got more expensive, and somehow, worse. In 2026, people are paying premium prices for things that barely feel worth it anymore. Subscriptions, new phones, delivery apps. The companies are winning. Your wallet isn't. Here are 10 things that are no longer worth your money. Number 1, fast food. Let's start with something that's going to make a lot of people defensive, and rightfully so. Fast food. The entire premise of fast food was affordability. It was the working class meal, the road trip staple, the broke college kid's best friend. You could feed yourself for $5. You could feed a family of 4 for $20. That was the deal. That deal is gone. We're not talking about a small increase here. Between 2020 and 2026, fast food prices in America rose by over 60% on average. Let me put some real numbers on that. A Big Mac combo at McDonald's. In 2019, you were paying around $5.89. Today, in most major cities, you're looking at $13 to $16, sometimes more. A Chipotle burrito bowl that used to cost $8? Try $14 with guacamole and a drink. Raising Cane's, Chick-fil-A, Popeyes, they've all had multiple rounds of price hikes that quietly slid past most people because we were paying with cards and not counting change. Taco Bell. Taco Bell, the place that was born from the idea that poor people deserve tacos too, now has combo meals pushing $12. And here's what's wild. The food didn't get better. In most cases, the portions got smaller. That's shrinkflation in action. They charge you more, give you less, and redesign the packaging so you don't notice. Now, I'm not saying never eat fast food, but if you're hitting a drive-thru 3 or 4 times a week thinking it's the budget option, the math doesn't hold up anymore. A family of 4 at McDonald's can easily hit $55 to $65 with drinks and a couple of extra items. That's a sit-down restaurant. That's a grocery run for the entire week. The smarter move? Batch cooking. I know. Stay with me. Spending 2 hours on a Sunday prepping rice, protein, and vegetables gets you 8 to 10 meals for roughly the same price as 3 fast food runs. Apps like Mealime or just a basic weekly meal plan can save you $200 to $400 a month depending on your household size. And if you genuinely don't have time, grocery store rotisserie chickens, pre-made salad kits, and frozen meals from Trader Joe's or Aldi will beat fast food on both price and nutrition. Every single time. Fast food isn't cheap anymore. It's just convenient. And convenience is the most expensive thing you can buy. Number 2, stacking streaming services. Quick show of hands. How many streaming services are you currently paying for? If you said 3 or more, you're not alone, and you might want to sit down for this. Here's how it started. Netflix launched at $7.99 a month with no ads and everything included. It felt like the greatest invention since television itself. And it was, for a while. Then Disney Plus launched. Then HBO Max. Then Hulu, Peacock, Paramount Plus, Apple, TV Plus, Amazon Prime Video, which you're technically already paying for if you have Prime. Suddenly, the cord-cutting revolution that was supposed to save you money from cable became cable. Let's do the math on a pretty average 2026 streaming setup. Netflix Standard with ads, $7 per month. Without ads, $17 per month. Disney Plus with ads, $8 per month. Without ads, $14 per month. HBO Max, $16 per month, ad-free. Hulu, $8 per month, with ads. Apple TV Plus, $10 per month. Amazon Prime, streaming portion. Approximately $15 per month Spotify or Apple Music. $11 per month, add that up. Conservatively, someone with a normal streaming stack is paying $70 to $100 plus per month. That's $1,200 a year, on television. And here's the betrayal that really stings. The content quality isn't even keeping up. Netflix's early years gave us Breaking Bad level prestige TV. Now we're getting reality dating shows and sequels nobody asked for. Every platform front-loads 1 or 2 big titles to keep you subscribed, and the rest is filler. password sharing used to make this tolerable. Now, Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, they've all cracked down. Your cousin in another city can no longer share your account. They want their $17 per month, and they want it from everyone. The smarter move? Rotate, one service at a time. Watch everything you want on Netflix for 2 months, cancel. Pick up HBO Max for a month for that one show, cancel. You'll spend maybe $25 to $35 over a quarter instead of $90 every single month. Alternatively, a library card in most major US cities now gives you free access to Canopy, Hoopla, and Libby, legitimate streaming services with a surprisingly deep catalog. Completely free. And if sports are the reason you're holding on to cable or Peacock or ESPN+, that's a separate conversation. But for the average viewer just watching shows and movies, there is zero reason to be paying $100 a month in 2026. Stop stacking. Start rotating. Number 3, upgrading your phone. Every year, every September, Apple holds a keynote. They walk out on stage, they play some dramatic music, and they announce a new iPhone. And then somewhere in America, millions of people start doing mental gymnastics to convince themselves they need it. The camera's better. It's 10% faster. The old one feels slow now. That last one isn't an accident, by the way. But we'll get to that. Here's the reality of phone upgrades in 2026. The iPhone 16 Pro Max starts at $1,199. The Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra is in the same ballpark. These are not small purchases. And if you're trading in and upgrading through your carrier, you're almost certainly on a payment plan, which means you're paying $40 to $60 a month just for the device, on top of your actual phone bill. Think about that. You're renting your phone, and the moment you upgrade next year, that old device's trade-in value has dropped by 30 to 50%. Now here's where it gets interesting. Ask yourself, what does the iPhone 16 actually do that the iPhone 13 doesn't? Genuinely, the camera is marginally better in extreme lighting conditions. The chip is faster for the tasks that were already instantaneous. The dynamic island replaced the notch, which is genuinely a design improvement. But is any of that worth $1,200? No, it's not. A 2 to 3-year-old flagship phone in 2026, we're talking iPhone 13, Samsung Galaxy S22, Google Pixel 7. These devices still have excellent cameras, fast processors, and full software support. You can buy one refurbished or certified pre-owned for $250 to $400, and it will handle everything you throw at it. Your old phone feels slower thing. That's partly real. Older chips do age, but it's also partly engineered. Software updates are optimized for new hardware. Your perfectly functional phone gets pushed into feeling outdated by design. It's one of the most successful consumer manipulation strategies in history. The smarter move? Hold your phone for 3 to 4 years minimum. Buy refurbished when you do upgrade. Skip the carrier payment plan. Pay cash or one lump sum so you actually own the thing. And resist the September hype cycle like your bank account depends on it. Because it does. The best phone is the one you already have, and you probably already know that. Number 4, new cars and car loans. This one might be the most important item on this entire list, and I say that because the numbers are genuinely shocking when you see them laid out. Cars have always been a depreciating asset. Everyone knows the classic stat. A new car loses 20% of its value the moment you drive it off the lot. That's been true for decades, but here's what changed after 2020. Interest rates went up. Way up. And even as they've partially stabilized in 2025 and 2026, new car loan rates are still sitting at 7% to 9% for buyers without exceptional credit. Some subprime loans are pushing 12 to 14%. Let me show you what that actually looks like. You buy a new midsize SUV, let's say a Toyota RAV4, at a sticker price of $38,000 in 2026. You put $3,000 down. You finance $35,000 over 72 months at 8% interest. Your monthly payment, $548. Total amount paid over 6 years, $39,456. Total interest paid, $7,456. So your $38,000 car cost you nearly $46,000 all in. And in 6 years, that car might be worth $14,000 to $18,000 on trade-in. You spent $46,000 to have a car worth $16,000. That is a $30,000 loss over 6 years on a budget SUV. And we haven't even talked about insurance, which has also skyrocketed, up over 40% nationally since 2020, partly because repair costs exploded, and partly because modern cars are filled with expensive sensors that turn minor fender benders into $4,000 jobs. New car ownership in 2026 is genuinely one of the most expensive financial decisions a middle-class household can make. And yet car loans are normalized like a mortgage. It's just $600 a month sounds reasonable until you realize that's $7,200 a year on a depreciating box that also costs you $2,400 a year in insurance. The smarter move? Buy used. Specifically, look for vehicles that are 2 to 4 years old with under 50,000 miles. You let someone else absorb that brutal first-year depreciation. Cars in this range can be found for $18,000 to $26,000, depending on make and model. Certified pre-owned programs through manufacturers offer warranties that are nearly as good as new. If you can pay cash or keep the loan under 36 months at a low rate, do it. The general rule among financial planners is your total vehicle costs should never exceed 15% of your take-home income. For most people, a $600 per month car payment violates that instantly. Drive something you can afford, not something you had to convince yourself you deserved. Number 5. Cable TV subscriptions. Okay, this one's almost nostalgic at this point, because cable TV as we knew it is basically a zombie industry. But it's a zombie that somehow still has 40 million American households paying for it. And those households are getting absolutely taken. The average cable TV bill in America in 2026, $127 to $145 per month. That's just for the channels. Add internet, which most providers bundle in ways that punish you for separating them. And you're looking at $200 to $250 a month going to your cable company. And here's the part that should make you genuinely angry. Most people watch, on average, about 17 channels out of the 200 plus they're paying for. You are subsidizing channels you have never watched and will never watch. The cable industry built its entire business model on bundling. You want ESPN? You have to buy the package that includes 12 home shopping networks and the Greyhound Racing Channel. It was an incredible racket for 40 years, and now they're charging you more for it than ever because they know their subscriber base is shrinking, and the people who are still paying are either locked in by inertia or live in areas without good alternatives. The only genuine reason to keep cable in 2026 is live sports, and even that is rapidly changing. NFL games on Amazon Prime, NBA on streaming. Peacock has carried NFL playoff games. The sports blackout is cracking. Not fully, but enough that the calculus is shifting. The smarter move? For news, you can get more than you'll ever need. From YouTube, free local TV via antenna, or a basic Hulu live plan at a fraction of the cost. For sports, look at what specific leagues offer directly: NFL Plus, NBA League Pass, or your regional sports package a la carte. For everything else, refer back to number 2 on this list. Nobody should be paying $150 a month for cable in 2026. Nobody. Number 6, gym memberships that you don't use. Before anyone gets defensive, this isn't about exercise. Exercise is essential. This is about the specific financial arrangement most gym memberships represent. Here's how it typically goes. January 1st arrives. You're motivated. You sign up for a gym. Maybe it's Planet Fitness at $25 per month. Maybe it's a nicer gym at $50 to $80 per month. Maybe it's one of those fancy boutique studios at $150 to $200 per month. By February 15th, you're going twice a week. By March, once a week. By April, you're paying $50 a month to feel guilty. This is not a personal failing. It is literally the gym industry's business model. Planet Fitness famously has 10,000 members per location, but can only physically accommodate about 300 at once. They are counting on you not showing up. The entire economics of commercial gyms depends on your inertia and the social awkwardness of canceling. And canceling, let's talk about that. Most gyms make cancellation deliberately painful. Certified mail, in-person visits, annual contracts, 30-day notice requirements, cancellation fees. It is designed to frustrate you into giving up and just letting the charge continue. Even at a cheap gym at $25 per month, if you're going twice a week, you're paying $3.12 per visit. If you go twice a month, you're paying $12.50 a visit. At a boutique studio you're not using, you might as well be lighting money on fire. The smarter move, be honest with yourself about your actual workout habits, not your aspirational ones. If you're disciplined and go 4 to 5 times a week, a gym membership can absolutely be worth it. But if you're average, sporadic, inconsistent, seasonally motivated, here's what actually works. A $35 set of adjustable dumbbells, a $15 pull-up bar, YouTube, Jeff Nippard, Athlean X, Sydney Cummings. There is more free, world-class fitness content available on YouTube right now than most certified personal trainers know. A pair of running shoes costs $80 and the outdoors is still free. For most people, $0 to $15 per month in fitness equipment will yield better results than a $60 per month gym they avoid. Because the workout you actually do beats the workout you're theoretically paying for. Number 7. Buying a bigger house than you need. This one is cultural as much as financial, and it might be the most quietly devastating mistake on this list. Somewhere in the American dream, success got defined as a large house. More square footage, a guest room, a formal dining room you use twice a year, a finished basement, a 3-car garage. The logic was, buy as much house as you can afford because real estate always appreciates. That was fine advice in 2005. It's complicated advice in 2026. Here's the reality of big house economics. Let's say you buy a 3,500 square foot house instead of a 1,800 square foot house. The mortgage difference might be $600 to $800 a month, but that's just the beginning. Property taxes scale with value. Utilities, heating, cooling, electricity, scale with square footage. A 3,500 square foot home in a climate with real winters can cost $400 to $600 per month just in heating. Maintenance and repairs scale too. More roof, more plumbing, more HVAC square footage to service. Furniture and decor to fill the space. Cleaning time or cleaning service costs. Studies consistently show that beyond a certain threshold, roughly enough space for your household to live without crowding, additional square footage does not increase happiness. It increases cost and maintenance burden. That's it. There's also the locked-in problem. Oversized homes in 2026 are harder to sell in certain markets because younger buyers are increasingly prioritizing location and low-maintenance living over sheer space. Remote work also changed the calculus. People moved to bigger houses thinking they'd work from home forever, and then got called back to offices. The smarter move? Right-size your home to your actual life, not your aspirational one. A smaller home with an excellent location, low taxes, and low utility costs will often outperform a larger home financially over a 10 to 15-year horizon. Live in the house you need and invest the difference. Every empty room you're heating is a bill you're paying for nothing. Number 8. Extended warranties. Extended warranties are the insurance industry's greatest gift to retailers, and they are one of the clearest examples of a product that benefits the seller almost exclusively. Here's the pitch you get at the register. Would you like to protect your purchase with our coverage plan? For just $15 a month, or $180 upfront, we'll cover any defects or damage for 3 years. Sounds reasonable. It's not. The consumer electronics industry knows the failure rates of their products. They have precise actuarial data on exactly how likely your $800 TV is to fail in years 2, 3, and 4. Extended warranties are priced to guarantee the retailer makes money. Best Buy reportedly makes 50 to 60% profit margins on their Geek Squad protection plans. That margin exists because the product almost never pays out proportionally. Most new electronics are covered by a manufacturer's warranty for the first year, sometimes two. The period when electronics are most likely to fail is either in the first few weeks, early manufacturing defects covered by manufacturer warranty, or after 5 to 7 years, age. The middle window, years 2 to 4, which is exactly what extended warranties cover, is actually the lowest failure probability period for most devices. For cars, dealer-sold extended warranties are even more egregious. They are loaded with exclusions, require you to use specific service centers, and often have deductibles that eat into any claim. A $3,000 bumper-to-bumper warranty on a used car might literally never pay out more than its cost. The smarter move? Self-insure. Put $20 to $30 a month into a dedicated appliance and electronics savings fund. In 2 years, you have $480 to $720 sitting there to cover any actual repair. You've cut out the retailer's profit margin entirely. And if nothing breaks, which is statistically likely, you keep the money. Also, many credit cards offer extended manufacturer warranty protection automatically when you use them to purchase electronics. American Express, Chase Sapphire, Citi, check your card benefits. You may already have extended warranty coverage for free. Stop buying insurance on things that probably won't break. That's not protection. That's just expensive peace of mind. Number 9, food delivery apps. I want to be real with you for a second because I have personally felt the trap of this one. It starts at 7 p.m. You're tired. You worked a full day. The last thing you want to do is cook. You open DoorDash, you pick your favorite spot, you add your usual order, and then you hit the checkout screen. Your $14 burrito bowl is now $27. Let's break down why, because the fee structure of food delivery apps in 2026 is one of the most elaborate extraction mechanisms in consumer history. You've got delivery fee, $2.99 to $5.99. Service fee, 10 to 15% of your order. Subtotal, small order fee, if you're under a minimum, usually $10 to $12. Surge pricing, higher fees during peak dinner hours. Menu markup, most restaurants charge 10 to 20% more on delivery apps than in-store because the app takes a 15 to 30% commission from the restaurant around. Tip, 15 to 20% is standard. On a $30 order, you're realistically paying $42 to $50 by the time you add everything up. And the food arrives in a paper bag that's been in a car for 25 minutes, so your fries are cold and your burrito is slightly sad. DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub have all raised their fees multiple times since 2020. Their commission structures squeeze restaurants. Their fee structures squeeze customers. The only person in this transaction making comfortable money is the app company. And the subscription models they push, DashPass, Uber One, yes, they reduce per-order delivery fees, but they cost $9.99 to $12.99 per month, which means you need to order multiple times a month just to break even, which of course is exactly what they want. The smarter move? Pick up your own food. Calling ahead and doing curbside or walk-in pickup eliminates every single fee. Delivery, service, surge. You pay menu price, you tip if you want. You're in and out, or, and I keep coming back to this, cook more. Even simple, 20-minute meals at home will cost a fraction of a delivery order. Not every night has to be a gourmet experience. Eggs and rice and a protein is a meal. A big pot of soup or chili lasts 3 days. Use delivery apps for what they actually are, an occasional luxury, not a regular habit. If you're ordering 3 to 4 times a week, you're burning easily $400 to $600 a month on fees and markups. That's a car payment. That's a flight somewhere. That's real money. Number 10. Lottery tickets as a habit. And here we are. I want to handle this one with care because I know the lottery means different things to different people. For some, a $2 scratch ticket is genuinely just entertainment, a harmless, fun moment of what if. I'm not here to take that away from anyone. What I'm here to talk about is the habit, the ritual, the person who spends $20, $40, $60 a week on lottery tickets because it feels like a strategy. Because the stories of winners are loud and the mathematics of losing are quiet. Here are the numbers that the lottery industry would prefer you not think about. The odds of winning the Powerball jackpot are 1 in 292,201,338. To put that in perspective, you are 20 times more likely to be struck by lightning twice in your lifetime. You are more likely to be dealt a royal flush in 5-card poker on your first hand than to win the Powerball. Scratch tickets are slightly better odds, but the return on investment is brutal. The average payout rate for state lottery scratch games is around 60 to 65 cents on the dollar. That means, for every $100 you spend on scratch tickets, you'll statistically win back about $62. You are paying a 38% fee for the privilege of a brief feeling of possibility. And lottery ticket sales are not distributed evenly across income levels. Study after study shows that the people who spend the most on lottery tickets as a percentage of income are those who can least afford to lose it. It's marketed in the neighborhoods with the fewest financial alternatives, positioned as the most accessible path to wealth for people who feel locked out of the traditional wealth-building system. That's not an accident, that's by design. Here's the thing that nobody says out loud. The lottery is a tax on hope. And I don't say that to be cruel. I say it because hope deserves better than a 38-cent return. The smarter move? If you're spending $40 a week on lottery tickets, that's $2,080 a year. Put that $2,080 into a basic S&P 500 index fund. Over 10 years, at a conservative 7% average return, you have roughly $28,000. You don't have to win anything. The math just works, slowly and quietly, in your favor. The lottery promises millions to one person. The market delivers real, modest, compounding wealth to everyone who participates consistently. One of those is a dream. The other is a plan. In conclusion, look. None of this is about deprivation. It's not about suffering or living like a monk or never enjoying anything. Life is short, and money is meant to be used. But there's a difference between choosing where your money goes and just letting it drift away, because the friction of stopping is slightly inconvenient. The economy changed after 2020. A lot of things that used to represent value, the fast food dollar menu, the cheap streaming subscription, the affordable gym, the reliable entry-level car, got repriced. The old shortcuts got more expensive. The old deals got worse. And if you're still operating on 2018 assumptions with a 2026 budget, you're going to feel like you're always running behind. The people who are winning financially right now aren't necessarily earning more. They're just noticing these things earlier. They're questioning the defaults. They're asking, is this actually worth it? Instead of just clicking, confirm. So here's the question I'll leave you with. What have you stopped buying recently that you don't miss at all? Drop it in the comments, because I promise, you're not alone. And there's probably something on someone else's list that you haven't thought to cut yet. If this video made you think differently about even one thing on this list, that's a win. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you want more honest, no-nonsense money content, you know where to find it. Take care of your money, because nobody else is going to do it for you.